G'day folks, it's the Maple Monkey here again with another Marvel United gameplay video for you, and this time we're diving into another IP for our ongoing sort of series of homebrew battles, and that's going to be the world of Street Fighter, or more specifically the world of Marvel vs Capcom. So one of the Marvel United Discord users there goes by the name of Norrlyth, has designed a whole range of different characters and settings. So I think they've got some Warcraft, World of Warcraft stuff, and I forget some of the other ones. I think there might be some animes there as well. But they've also done a range of characters for the Marvel vs Capcom game. I think specifically Marvel vs Capcom 3. But I'm sort of more familiar, I guess, with the old X-Men vs Street Fighter game. I think it was in the arcade. So I was really sort of intrigued by some of the characters that Norrlyth has put up. I think Norrlyth's set is in, I think he's got like a channel called Norrender's Abyss or something like that, if you're looking in the Marvel United Discord. So, but I'm really excited to try out one of the characters that he's put up as a hero, and that's the classic from Street Fighter, or Street Fighter 2. Ryu. Now I know his name apparently is not Ryu, but I grew up sort of that's what I called him, and everyone else who I used to play with as a kid used to call him. So he's always Ryu to me. So apologies if I'm getting his name wrong there. So yeah, so really cool. Lots of cool art there. You can see he's got his classic moves from the video game, like the Shoryuken, and the what else has he got here? He's got his Hurricane Kick. And he's also got the Hadouken as well, so hopefully we'll get to see some of those in action. Now we've also got, this is another character that Norrlyth has designed from that same Marvel vs Capcom series of games. This is Shuma Gorrath, so I'm going to give him a shot, see how we go against Shuma Gorrath, or I guess I should say it. It's a strange sort of creature. I think Rick Nichols has also designed another, it's like a variant or an alternate Shuma Gorrath. I think he might have designed his a while ago, and so I've also printed that version out as well, and I'd like to give that a run, maybe against some more Marvel heroes down the track, maybe recreate some of those scenes from the recent Doctor Strange movie as well. But yeah, so that's what we're going with. I've also got a bunch of the X-Men characters that are featured in those Marvel vs Capcom games as well. So some of the ones I used to like using were Cyclops, especially Iceman as well. And we've got, I think he's just off shot there, but Wolverine, of course, I used to like using him as well. So, and this particular villain, we've got Shuma here. This particular villain has an effect that he causes heroes to retreat. So I've got a bunch of heroes sort of waiting in the wing there, and anti-heroes and stuff that we can put in as well. So we've got characters like Magneto and some of the other ones that were featured in the game as well. But let's have a look here. So let's start with the special setup for Shuma Gorrath here, and we're using for Shuma, we're going to use what's his name, Mojo, some big sort of blobby guy with some tentacles and stuff there. So that's who we're going to use as Shuma, because I don't actually have a model, although I think there are some models, different Etsy sort of places and stuff do make some Shuma Gorrath models as well. So if I can find where those are, I'll put it like a link in the description, I guess, as well. Oops, sorry, I was looking at the back, wasn't I? So here we go. This says, special setup, any effects that negate damage would also negate gaining crisis tokens. But that's a big thing in this particular mission, is that we're going to be gaining a lot of crisis tokens throughout. So we can sort of negate that with damage cancelling effects as well, I guess. It says here, if a hero has 3 or more crisis tokens, they retreat, and a new hero takes their place. So that's sort of like KOs sort of thing, I guess. Or it says retreat, yeah. Rescuing civilians or defeating thugs removes their attached crisis token. So civilians and thugs can actually also gain crisis tokens, and we can remove those crisis tokens by basically getting rid of the civilians and the thugs as well. So if we have a look at the front here, it says each hero can have 3 crisis tokens. Now this is a little bit of a misprint. I've had a chat to Norrlyth as well, because it goes on to say if you would have more than 3 tokens, they retreat. But it's actually supposed to be, I guess, each hero can have 2 crisis tokens, and if you would have more than 2 crisis tokens, they retreat, because that matches up what it says on the back here. So I was sort of asking, are you, if you have 3 or more, do you retreat, or is it if you have 4 or more? Because it says here if they have more than 3. So it's actually the more harsh version. So you're supposed to only have 2 before. If you get a 3rd one, that's when you suffer the bad effect of sort of retreating. So there we go. Beginning their next turn with a new hero. You may remove 1 token by discarding a card to the bottom of your deck. A hero may discard their last card and be KO'd as normal. So you can choose to sort of do it even if it means you're going to KO yourself. But essentially this is a way you can prevent this from happening, is you can start damaging yourself to remove the tokens. It says here, remove the crisis token before resolving the plot, which is this one down here. So let's skip down to the plot here. Heroes lose if the plot tracker reaches 20. So you can also lose in the other ways if the villain or the hero sort of run out of cards in their decks. But it says here, any KO'd hero increases this tracker by their number of crisis tokens. If a crisis token couldn't be added, increase the tracker by that amount. Yeah, that's quite nice. You don't want to be sort of caught out here with a lot of crisis tokens here. And then we've got the BAM. So deal 1 crisis token to each hero in this location, and give them a give the civilian or the thug, the first one of those, a crisis token. And then here we have, if a civilian or a thug can't be added, give the next civilian or thug a crisis token, then remove all tokens in that location, including crisis and civilians and thugs. Increase the tracker by the amount of crisis tokens in that location. Give the heroes in the closest location 1 crisis token each. Okay, so that's how the villain's dashboard works there. So now pairing with that, we also have these threat tokens, or not threat tokens, threat cards, and they're all the same actually. They're all titled Otherworldly Influence, and so each location is going to have this trigger effect that we need to clear with heroics, and it's going to say add a crisis token to each hero in this location, and add a crisis token to a civilian or thug in this location. And so you'll notice that that's actually pretty much identical, I believe, to the BAM effect. So essentially, if the villain lands on this location, it's sort of doing its BAM effect twice there, I guess. This also has a little note here. It says this does not work with He Who Sleeps. So there's a master plan card, I believe, that has this this effect here, or this title, I should say. And so this part about the adding a crisis token does not occur, I believe. So we'll put that down there. So those are the 6 missions that we're looking to, or 6 threats, I should say, that we're looking to clear. We need to clear at least 4 of those to remove that mission. We've also got our defeat thugs and rescue civilian missions there. In terms of the locations, I've tried to put some locations that sort of represent backgrounds that sort of came up in the Marvel vs Capcom games, or the X-Men versus Street Fighter games. So we've got the Xavier's Institute. Now the reason it's here, I don't know if that was actually one of the settings, but the Danger Room I think was. So, and I do want to try and get the Danger Room happening at some point in one of my videos, so we can actually use it. I don't think I've managed to do it yet. We'll see how we go today. But yeah, the Danger Room is there. We've also got Asgard, or the Asgard Palace to be specific. We've got Asteroid M, the Shield Helicarrier, and the Daily Bugle. And over here we've got Times Square. This one's kind of to represent like the Street Fighter locations, just sort of like, fighting on the streets and that sort of thing. So yeah, that's the setup there. We're running Wolverine, like I mentioned before. We've got Iceman. We're using the the more advanced Iceman rather than his first class days. We've got Cyclops, there we have him, and we have In place of Ryu, we have Sunspot, just because he's kind of got the the bandana and stuff there. Okay, and that's what we're running with. So let's get down to the table and we'll see how we go. Let's take a seat. Okay, so we'll set up. We've got the health here. We've got 8 health we're running with. I don't think I went through that, but Shuma Gorrath comes with 3 health if you're running 2 heroes, 5 health if he's got 3, and 8 for 4 heroes. And we are running 4 heroes at the moment. We'll put the red cube here on the villainous plot track. We've got our training cards here from the danger room as well. And I think we're just about ready to go here. We do need to draw some hands for our heroes. So let's shuffle these up. Okay, 1, 2, 3. We have, for Ryu, we've got a move and a punch. We've got 2 single punches there as well. Okay, with no special rules there. So pretty standard stuff there for Ryu. We have Mr. Cyclops, Scott Summers. What's he going to be bringing to the table? 1, 2, 3. He's going to have a move and a heroic, a double heroic, and a double wild. Okay, so they're both pretty sort of sticking to their lanes, aren't they? We've got Iceman here. Iceman was one of the ones I used to really like using in the Marvel Street Fighter game, because I liked that move where he sort of brought a big giant snowball down on the screen. 1, 2, 3. So what's he got? He's got a movement, and he's got 2 copies of organic ice body. So I'll just show the text there. Hopefully you can. Hopefully that's focusing. You can read that. Essentially, sort of makes him not be able to take any damage, which again I guess lets us not be able to take any crisis tokens. But you'll notice there's 2 different symbol combinations there at the bottom of those cards. They're not identical. And we have Wolverine. Now Wolverine's got a starting card. That's that one which is, I think it's like his healing factor card. Lets him heal back up again. We've got 1, 2. So we've got to bear in mind, here we go, we've got our adamantium claws and a bunch of regular punching there. We've got to bear in mind that, and we have, this is our healing factor as well. Alright. Got to bear in mind that we can take some damage to keep those crisis tokens at bay as well, so I'll have to remember to do that too. Alright, Shuma's going to take the first turn. We'll see how we go. If we set everything up, we've got the civilians and the thugs out. It's a bit of a mix. I think it's more civilian heavy at the moment, so maybe we'll lean into them if we can. We also have to deal with this otherworldly influence. The more of those places that are out, the more likely we are to be sort of targeted with a big hit. Okay, so, well, let's check it out. What do we have here? We have a movement. Oh, let me bring that a bit further away, see if that makes a bit more sense. There we go. Hopefully that's focusing. So we've got a movement of 2, but we're actually going anti-clockwise. So we're going this way, 1 and 2. Then Shuma is causing, or before the BAM, Shuma triggers the triggering effect here. Add a crisis token to each hero. There's no hero there. And then add a crisis token to a civilian or a thug there. So we're going to put the first crisis token here. Then we are going to trigger the BAM. The BAM would put a crisis token on each hero there, which doesn't occur, but we do put another crisis token on a civilian or a thug. So both civilians here are taking some crisis here. Then we have, we're placing down some tokens. So we've got, if we place this here, we've got a thug in this spot. We've got a civilian, I believe, over here. I think I'm putting these in the right order. And then we have a thug and then a civilian. Is that going to... Oh, just stops short of overflowing. Okay, so that's our starting card there. So we now have to draw for Mr. Ryu. He's got his Hurricane kick out, which says, gain a movement token for each thug you defeat this turn. Now, we don't have any punches with that card, so we're not going to be able to do much with that. We could maybe combo that with maybe Wolverine or someone who's got a lot of punches as well. Alright, I really want to get started on these otherworldly influence cards, but that's not on the cards for Mr. Ryu, so we might want to start working on just bringing down the number of civilians and thugs that are out and about. So maybe we do some, we sort of want to get people maybe moving in here to do some work on the stars as well. So maybe let's play this move and punch. Now Ryu, which way are you going to go, buddy? This is pretty full. Maybe do I spread myself out? There's a bunch more villains this way though, so he's got a lot of punches, so maybe if I step this way and defeat this thug here, we'll just get on top of that. Okay. Alright, then we have Cyclops is going to draw a card. He's got a single movement. Why don't we have a look here? He's got some multiple stars. He's got, I mean, he could work on this one, Cyclops. I wonder. Iceman's got some movement, so we don't really need to give him movement. Let's maybe double down on the stars here. So we've got a move, a punch, and 2 stars. So what we could do, we could come in this way. We could put down 2 heroics, these stars, on the location. We could do another punch, get rid of the last thug there. Although if I had chosen to do some heroics on this Times Square, that would have been quite handy, because then we're removing civilians who have crisis tokens underneath them. So that might be not a bad move for later on. Now Mr. Cyclops has done that, so he's done his move, he's put the 2 things down and he's taken another thug, that's okay. Now Iceman, we'll draw a card for Iceman. He's got himself a single wild. But I think I want to do this organic ice body, because that way we can prevent any crisis token or damage coming our way for Iceman at least. Plus it gives us a bit of room to clear some of these. So I think what I might like to do, we want to save at least these 2 for this location, so we can move to get to this location and put the star down. Although we are clumping ourselves up, and I think with this guy we might want to spread out a little bit. But I think it might be worth it just to get rid of one of these otherworldly influence spots. So, and in the meantime, if I can put, say, 2 of these stars down here. Interesting. 1, 2. So there's 2 from this heroic. We'll slide our way over here. We'll use our organic ice body to protect ourselves, so we'll put a, what are we doing? Putting a invulnerability sort of token on us. Let's try that. And then we'll use that last star to clear this location. Oh, there you go, this is handy. So we've cleared that threat. We also get to use this location, and it says Times Square here, you may rescue 1 civilian from this location, so don't mind if we do, and therefore we've got 1 less crisis token there, and we've put a civilian here. Now I think I accidentally put the thug in a different spot here, because we did punch out 2 thugs, didn't we? So there should be another thug here. So I think I must have put him back in the box there. There we go. Alright. And we'll slide these guys across. We still have 1 civilian there with the crisis token. We've got 3 heroes in the location, so that's not great. And but we're on our way to clearing at least 2 of the otherworldly influence spots. So let's see how Shuma reacts to that. Let's see what he's going to do. Alright. Okay, Shuma, what have you got for us? I think I always get sort of confused or sort of forget who the bad guys were in the old X-Men vs Street Fighter games, and I think I remember Shuma Gorrath. I think I remember maybe was Mojo or maybe MODOK were in it as well. Yeah, not sure. I think I used to get them mixed up. Not sure why, they're both very different. Oh, here we go. So here's this He Who Sleeps. So let's have a look. So it says to move clockwise to the next location. So moving clockwise to the next location with the most thugs. So we're actually looking for the next location with the most thugs. So these two locations have 2 thugs each. So they're going to be the most. And this is the next location and it's clockwise. So he's going to move here. He's going to land there so that triggers this effect. So he's going to add a crisis token here to this civilian. He's not going to hurt any heroes there because they're not in that location. Right. Then we go down to here. Give all civilians and thugs on this location a crisis token. Yikes. Okay, we need to start rescuing people from here, don't we? Oh boy. Okay, in there. Then it says, if they cannot gain one, increase the tracker by 1 per civilian thug that could not get one. Whoa, okay. Yeah. Give all who on this location a crisis token if they cannot. Yep, okay. Oh, now hold on a second. Give all. So I think that's going to raise up by 1 because we had already given this civilian a crisis token from the landing effect, and then this says give all of them 1. If they cannot gain 1, increase the tracker by 1. Yep, so for each one that couldn't get 1. So that was 1. So yeah, we've increased the tracker by 1 here, and now we're off to the races with these crisis tokens. So we need to get cracking. Okay. Well, interesting. So whose turn is it now? It's Wolverine's turn. So Wolverine draws a move and a punch. But I think what Wolverine's going to do, Wolverine's got a move and a star here. I think Wolverine's going to use... Oh boy. Okay, so we've got an option here. We could waste the movement, place 2 stars so we could rescue 1 civilian and finish this location off, and then we can use the danger room, or we can use the movement to say we can still clear this location, but we could step in here and maybe use this end of turn effect to clear this civilian with the token here, or we could move this way to start working on this one here. That's interesting. But I think I like the idea of getting finally using the training room. So let's do that. We'll not use the movement here, so we're going to use 2 heroics. We'll clear 1 civilian. We will put him here. Then we're going to use our 2nd star to clear this otherworldly influence. That gets us 2 threats down. We just need 2 more threats cleared. Now we can either heal ourselves, but we're not damaged, or we could draw a training card. So let's do that. And what do we have here? This is a permanent, or this is a permanent. So these cards come in 2 varieties. You can discard. You get some of them that say discard, so they're sort of like an ability that you have to spend the card to use, or have one that's just always in play. This says if you used a heroic before using a punch this turn, gain an extra punch action. Oh, that could be handy. Alright, especially coming after Iceman, who has a bunch of heroics, that could be handy. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite sort of match up with what we're doing this turn, but that's handy to have for Mr. Wolverine. Okay, and Wolverine's also played that healing factor card down, so now from now on, as long as this is face up in the storyline, if we have less than 3 cards at the end of the villain turn, we can draw a card. So I can maybe start discarding cards from him to alleviate our crisis concerns if we end up getting any of those. Right. So that was Wolverine. He's going to stay there. He's reduced some of those numbers down. We're looking all right here. Let's see who's after this. I think we've got Ryu. So let's draw a card. We've got a move and a heroic. So we could really lean into trying to clear some of these things now. What have we got? We've got a heroic over there. Where is Mr. Ryu? He's here. Well, if we use this move and star, we could start getting rid of some of this over here. So we could go here. Got a move and a star. We could put, say, 1 star down, and then clear this civilian so that he's not got that crisis token. There we go. And then maybe we can slide these guys across here. Oh man, there's a lot of crisis tokens there. So he's moved in and played the 2 heroics there, so that's okay. And then I think we've got one more hero to go before Mr. Shuma. So Cyclops is going to step in. I used to like Cyclops in the old video game. He'd do that optic blast, sort of cover the whole screen. So he's got these 3. So they're, I mean, if we're clearing heroics, they're not too bad to have there. But we also have to draw. Oh, he's got a leadership one as well. This is interesting. What's this say? So he's got a movement and then give a heroic token to another, not a heroic, a wild token to another hero. But I think I just want to get cracking. I could use the move in heroic. You know what? In the interest, I mean, I could play the double heroic. I could play the double wild. I could say move in with the movement, use a heroic, use the last heroic, use the last wild, or one of the wilds as a heroic, and then the last wild to remove one of these thugs who have crisis tokens. So that's not a bad option. But if I were to, how many have we cleared? 1, 2. If I were to use my movement and star, I'm saving my wilds, and then I'm moving in. I can still play my 2 stars to clear that location, and I can then move to be in this spot here. So I'm already over there with Cyclops. But then he's not going to get a turn for a while. So, or I could just sort of move back. Yeah, actually that's what I might do. Let's do this. Yeah, okay, let's play that. Let's move. Let's do our 2 heroics here. Okay. Yep. That's cleared another threat. And then, now it says that you may deal a damage to a thug or a henchman in any location. I mean, that's not too bad either. I guess I've got a choice here. I think I want to double down on civilians because there's more of them. So I'm going to step back this way, and I'm going to use this to rescue 1 civilian here. So that's what we'll do. We'll get rid of that crisis token, and that civilian goes here. Okay. I hope I've been putting all the civilians I've been rescuing over here. I feel like I have. I think that's not too bad. Yep. Okay. Don't think I've been forgetting that. Got 3 left. All right. So that was, whose turn was that? That was Cyclops' turn. All right. Good combo there, Cyclops and Ryu. Okay. So Shuma. Okay. What do you got? So how many we've cleared? 1, 2, 3. That's not bad. Just got to get one more of those. Got to get cracking on the civilians though. Where are the civilians? They're kind of spread out, aren't they? So we're going to have to start moving. Alright, what's happening here? We have some sort of movement, I think. Oh, class 3 demon. Yikes. Okay, so which way is he going? He's going anti-clockwise, so he's heading back this way. Oh, he's going to hit 2 of us. Now the good news, I guess, here, it says here, so he's moving. There's no trigger effect, so that's good, but he does BAM, so he's going to deal a crisis token to each hero, so that's both Cyclops and Iceman. Oh, but now hold on a second. Iceman, when does this... You cannot take damage until the beginning of your next turn, and he hasn't had his turn yet, so he can actually prevent that crisis token from landing on him because, yeah, he's okay. Yep. So that's fine. So, but Cyclops does take the crisis token, and we also have to place a crisis token on the civilian that's in here. Then it says class 3 demon, deal 1 crisis token to each hero everywhere. Yikes. Okay, so Wolverine gets one. Ryu gets one. Now Cyclops has now received his second one. So that's a bit scary. And then now let's see, does this let us block one or everything? You cannot take any damage. Oh, well there you go. So we don't take the second hit either with Iceman. So Iceman's protected himself with his organic ice body there. Alright, that's pretty good. Alright, he's too cool for school. So, alright, that's it. Okay. He didn't put any more civilians out. Do we have enough? We need 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah, there's plenty. Okay. So speaking of Iceman, we lose this token now. We've got to draw a card. We do have, yeah, we've got 3 there. We've got Cyclops' move and star. Now, what do we want to do? What do we want to do here? Alright, we've got, not much in the Iceman's hand. He's got 3 cards which just have single symbols there. No specials. He's got the organic ice body, which is a move and a punch. But I don't think we need to sort of... but I would like the extra movement, but... Well, what I could do is I could get myself over to this situation and gain myself a training card. That's not too bad. And Mr. Wolverine, were you on full health? You were, so you didn't need to worry about healing at the end of Shuma's turn there. We've got to start getting over here, don't we? So... Right. I might save that punch for when we're trying to hunt Shuma down. So let's go the wild, so the next character can use that as a movement if they need to. We're going to slide this way, I think. We're going to rescue this civilian because they've got a crisis token. Is that worth it? These other places are pretty full though, but I think that's good because we want to get out of there. What's Cyclops going to do? Maybe we can use this for maybe Cyclops can actually get rid of that one. Give him something to do. So let's slide this way. Then we can do 2 rescues essentially. So let's do 1, 2. Yep. And then let's give ourselves a training card. Alright, so what have we got here? Sorry. That looks like a discard one, I think, because it's got a red banner. Okay, hopefully I'm holding that in the right spot. It says, draw 1 card and discard, 1 crisis token from anywhere. Oh. From anywhere. Can I get that? I guess I can get rid of Cyclops' one there too. So, interesting. So if so I can draw a card to sort of buff my health up. And I've got a cryokinesis card, which I think lets me sort of block the villain's BAM or something, and gives me a star there. So that's cool. And I can get rid of one of these from Cyclops, so he doesn't have to discard as many cards to sort of help himself out there. So that's pretty good. Draw a card. Yeah. All right. So we'll discard that one. That's spent. Done. Okay. Oh no! Hold on. Sorry, I can't do that. Oops. because I drew this as the end of turn effect, and I think that means now it's the end of my turn, so I can't play that yet. I've got to wait till my next turn. So he's got that card, but he can't do that yet. So he's not still got only 3 cards. Yep. Okay. Cool. All right. Yeah, I think that's how the timing of that goes. I don't think you can play the training card straight up. Okay. So Iceman. He's just played that. Yeah, we've still got 2 more heroes to go, unless we put him under pressure. Okay, so Wolverine's got 1 crisis here. He gets to draw a token. He's got something about if you used a star before using a punch this turn, you gain an extra action. So what's he got here? He's got he's got a bunch of punches. Lots of punches there, including his adamantium claws. The adamantium claws are powerful, but they don't give the next player a bunch of punches. But I really think I want to be getting through these civilians here and getting onto these. So let's now. What's going to happen here? Is this going to give us what we need? Okay, I was hoping to do that, but let's just do this, I think. I was hoping to make use of this extra punchy sort of stuff here. But I don't really want to... I mean, maybe getting through these thugs is not bad, actually, just to keep the locations down from overflowing. Should I do like a punchy action? I could still do some heroic work. Where are the rest of the civilians? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 there. But we'd have to use the star before using a punch. And then we wouldn't, because we wouldn't be able to use the star over here, for example, then do a punch and then gain an extra punch, and then we'd be too far away, I think. So yeah, alright, let's not worry about that. Let's just do the stars. So we've got 1 movement from the wild and two heroics there. I think what I'm going to do this time, because I don't want to overflow, I don't want to sort of put the villain under pressure too soon, so what I might do is just rescue this civilian and put 1 heroic on this token here. So this now becomes the location we really want to focus on getting rid of the stars there. Wouldn't hurt to get rid of some of the extra ones over here, but I think maybe we'll spend stars over here trying to just rescue these guys. Alright, so let's see what we can muster up with Ryu. Where's Ryu? He's over here. He's got 2 heroics there. Okay. Oh, now, before I relinquish Wolverine's turn, let's maybe... what do we want to do here? Let's maybe get rid of his double punch, hoping that comes up down the track. Is he going to take more hits though? I suppose we want move and punches if we can to hunt down Mr. Man, so yeah, let's put that one there. Okay, we'll keep our adamantium claws there. There's a lot of movement with these other guys. I think maybe I want to keep that double punch out. So let's get rid of maybe the move and punch. Put that under there. Oof. Tough decision. Alright, and that's going to let me get rid of, so I've taken a hit from Wolverine. That's going to let me remove this crisis token, and then at the end of Shuma's next turn I can heal Wolverine back up because he's got his healing factor out. So that's the plan. Now, we've stepped in here, haven't we? Okay, we did that. So now it's Ryu's turn. We've got 1, 2, 3, we've got to draw another one, and we might want to think about discarding a card for Ryu too. What have we got? We've got a bunch of stars there. Oh, we want him moving, don't we? So we better use this wild, double wild here. Alright, so let's step in. Oh, now this is okay. So we could just flat out play, okay, we could just flat out play the movement and then 3 stars to just completely clear that location. That's not bad. But the other thing we could do is we could move, play a star, so move and star to rescue this civilian, and then move again with the other wild and another star, and now we're actually pretty close to completing this one. It's not bad, I guess. Although Cyclops, you're a bit far away to do anything at the moment, aren't you? But at least we've got 2 wild, so he can get to where the party is, I guess. And he actually can rescue this civilian over here just on his lonesome. Okay. Well, let's see what Shuma does. We don't have any organic ice bodies to protect us here, but do we want to get rid of one of these? Maybe let's get rid of a single punch. Just to get rid of one of these crisis tokens from Ryu, because Ryu is standing in a otherworldly influence spot, and so is Wolverine, but at least he's cleared one of his as well, so that's okay. Alright, so Mr. Shuma Gorrath, ooh, he's going to stay where he is, it looks like. I think I saw a glimpse of a 0 there, 0 movement. What else is he doing? Oh, so he's not bamming though, and there's no trigger effect. Okay, so he's staying where he is, and he's just dropping a bunch of tokens down. So he's going to put a civilian, a thug, and is it a civilian and a thug? Yep. So let's have a look here. We've got that one there, so I think it goes a thug in this spot, a thug and a civilian in this spot, and a civilian over here. Okay. Actually making our jobs a little easy. We don't have to move as much to do the civilian stuff over here now. Although we're pretty close to rescuing these guys, so maybe now we're switching over to trying to hunt him down soon. Okay. Yeah, that's all he's doing. Okay, we've got lucky there. All right. Let's see. Okay. Ooh, I think we want to... What do we want to do here? What do we want to do? Iceman, yep. I think it's Scott, isn't it? Scott's turn? Yes, Mr. Cyclops. So he's got 3 cards. He's got 2 crisis tokens though. Oh man, we got really lucky with Cyclops there actually, because... yeah, because he was the one stuck in that location. He already had 2 crisis tokens, but there was no BAM. Oh, and no trigger effect. Yeah, very lucky there actually. Okay. Ooh, we've got Optic Blast as well. Just not quite at the right time, because we need to make him vulnerable first. Well, we've got another... Interesting, we've got another double wild here, so maybe we use that. Because in the next hero... do we have enough? What do we need to do? We've got 4 wilds if we play this double wild. We just need... wouldn't quite be enough, would it? Okay, I don't think we can make him vulnerable this turn. But Cyclops can certainly... He can move. Move twice with his 2 double wilds over here. And then he can put 2 double wilds there and clear that one. Who's coming up next? It'd be Iceman. So that would clear that. Then we would get 1 more turn with Iceman because he'd be under pressure. And then Iceman would need to move in and do a star, which he could do. And still be able to, I think we've got that move and attack on, don't we? like, yeah, this move and attack, and then we can't take damage, so that's not bad. So then we could start doing damage to him. So maybe that's what we do. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. So, Cyclops. Cyclops is going to move twice. I was thinking I could rescue someone here first, but I think I'll do it this way because we want to clear this so Iceman can actually finish off one of these guys next. So we'll head this way. We'll place our 2 heroics on this card here. We've cleared that now. That's our 4th threat. First mission complete. Slide that across. Okay, he's under pressure now, which means we're only going to be getting 2 turns per villain turn. So, oh, now what does this say? You may add up to 2 civilians and or thugs to any location. Oh, not from here, just draw them from the pool, I guess. You may add up to 2 to any location. I don't think I want to do that. Nope, doesn't sound good. Then, is that all? That's pretty much his turn, isn't it? Yep, okay, so he moved twice. Yeah, did that. Okay. But this is where we sort of start to piece it together. So, Iceman is going to have his turn. He draws a card. He gets that. Oh, now this is also interesting. He could stop Mojo from doing a ban, but I think we're all right at the moment. I think I'd rather just deal some more damage here. You cannot take... Yeah, and we're still preventing damage here. Oh, sorry, before Cyclops finishes his turn, we'll get rid of this single movement. So we'll drop one of the crisis tokens. We'll put that underneath there. Okay, I think we can afford to just lose the 1. Yeah, that should be okay. Then, Optic Blast, yeah, we'll leave that. Okay. Now, Cyclops can maybe end his turn over here, then he can heal himself up too. So we'll play the... We've got all these cards, we'll play the punch. Now, the only problem is Iceman's only really got ice and movement there. Sorry, not ice, heroics and movement. So later on he's not going to be great at hunting down Mojo, so we might as well try and get as much done as we can. Now before we do that, actually we should, before we choose our card, I guess we can draw a card and discard a crisis token from anywhere. Let's get rid of Cyclops' last one. Let's get rid of that. We can draw a card. That gives us an extra one, doesn't it? Is that right? I think that's right. I'm not sure. And more heroics. Okay, so at least we can use... I guess Iceman can be our guy for like bringing down the token count so we get less overflows. Let's slide our way this way. So we've got our movement. We need to do one of these wilds as a rescue to now put Mr. Shuma Gorrath under pressure. Punch him in the eye. And now... yeah, let's do that. So we've got 1 punch here and 1 heroic left there. So we will use that to deal 2 damage. So he's down to 6 health. Okay, can we get him down in time? He's got a fairly big deck here, so we're not too worried about that stack running out. Okay. It's more... this is pretty low too. I think we're actually tracking okay. It's just we don't want like a big cascade of this is probably where we could get in danger if we now focus on just going for him, Shuma, and ignoring the tokens. That could lead to a bit of a cascade if we're not careful. But having said that, we can now use this rescue location from this location. We can rescue this civilian. I probably should have rescued this one first because he's the one that had the crisis token on him. But yeah, let's do that. He now goes over here. Pop these guys back in the tray now. There we go. And yeah, that's pretty good. Alright, we dealt some damage, rescued. Okay, we're looking okay there. So that was Iceman's turn. Now, we don't get a Wolverine turn yet because Shuma, although I think Wolverine was supposed to heal up before because Shuma had a turn here. I think I forgot to to do that. So Wolverine should have 3 cards, and wouldn't you know it, he's got a heroic there. So we're getting a bit thin on these punches. We want, where's Wolverine? He's over here. We want, we don't want Mojo, say, over here. Well, not Mojo, we don't want Shuma over here. We want him relatively close to Wolverine. Well, let's see what he says about that, though. What's he going to do? He's going to slime his way. 5. Wow, he's going anti... Oh, I think he is. I think he's going exactly where we don't want him to go. He's going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, exactly where we don't want him to go. So that's going to be pretty useless for Wolverine. Wolverine. Oh my goodness! And this is what I was talking about. All right, so here we go. My goodness. All right, so he's going to do a bam. There's no trigger effect, but he does a bam. So he places. Luckily, there's no heroes there, but he is going to place crisis tokens on all of these guys. There's only one of them that needs one, but that's the only one he... Oh, sorry, he only puts one out, but yeah, there's only one there. But then he's going to do this. He's going to place he's going to put thugs here. So there's 2 thugs here, luckily no overflow there. This is the problem. We've got 2 civilians here. It's not too bad. But here he wants to put 2 thugs and then a civilian. There's only 1 more space left, so a thug goes out. But then we've got an overflow. So if a thug or a civilian can't be added, give the next thug or give the next thug or whatever it might be a crisis token. So we're giving the last one a crisis token. Yikes. And then it says remove all tokens in the location and increase the tracker by the amount of crisis tokens that were in that location. So that was 4 in there at that time. And then give the heroes in the closest location, which is going to be Iceman, a crisis token as well. Oof. Okay. So wow, Shuma's like, we were just talking about how lucky we were getting, and Shuma said, nope, it's not that easy. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We may as well drop one of them over here on old Iceman. We'll put these 1, 2, 3, 4 in there. These go away. And this goes up by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh boy. Oh man, alright, and he's too far away. Who else is near him? Ryu. If we can give Ryu some movement at least with Wolverine, then maybe Ryu can do some damage to him. Okay. You may add up to 2. Okay, so boy oh boy. So Mr. Wolverine, got 3 cards, we'll draw 1. Now if we can do a heroic before using a punch this turn, gain an extra punch action. Not that helpful if we don't have enough movement to get there. So we've got 2 cards. I think I just drew a single punch, which, you know, nothing to sneeze at I guess when we're trying to do punching, but also not great. We've got 2 cards with movement. Even if we just played, so if we played one of those, plus we've got another movement here with the organic ice body, that's 2 movement, so we could go 1, 2, we're still not close enough, and we don't have any cards here that say attack in adjacent locations, so we don't want to do that. What we could do, Wolverine could try and put himself in a position to end here and gain a training card. He could also try and put himself over here to rescue one of these guys. But he could also... We could try, because this is pretty full over here as well, and that could be a lot of trouble there. It is a dangerous spot though, but we could go... We could put the move and the star out, so we're not wasting the... Oh, hold on a second. What I was thinking is we put the move and the star out, so that we can go move, do a rescue, move again, do a punch, and then because we've done a star before the punch, we'd get an extra punch, and so we could take out 2 of these thugs. So that's what I was thinking, just to clear some locations down. However, the other option is we could say play... Oh. Okay. I was thinking if we play a more punchy card out, like this for example, that could give Ryu a lot more hitting power when he gets to him there, but interesting. We could use the hero. I was going to say, because otherwise we don't have enough movement to get Ryu over here, do we? But Ryu does have the Hurricane Kick. It says gain a movement token for each thug you defeat, so we could move with the movement here. Use one punch to punch one of these guys, get another movement to get in here, but I don't think that's that great. He's only going to end up doing like 1 damage there. So I think what I want to do is still play some sort of these movements. I could play the movement with the adamantium claws, but then those are going to waste. So I think what we're actually going to do, I think we're going to play this move and star. I think this might be our best, in our best interests. So we're going to, where is Wolverine? Yeah, so he was here. He's going to move this way. He's going to punch out this, well, not punch out the civilian. He probably would actually, but he's going to move. He's going to rescue that civilian. I could work on these too, I guess. He's then, this could be dangerous if he lands here. He's then going to use his second movement and then do a punch, and then he's going to gain another punch because of his permanent training card. If you star before using a punch, then you get an extra punch action, and so he's going to do that. He's going to take out this thug there. Okay. So that's 2. Oh, sorry. Put them there. They should go here. It's 2 thugs punched out. Okay. Now, we do get one more turn. We get Ryu's turn. I'm not going to get a lot happening here. We've got, maybe I should have done the Hurricane Kick, but I'm going to get one movement so I can get to Shuma, but all I've really got is a single punch. So that's not ideal. What have we got? Oh, I've drawn a movement. Oof, with Ryu. Okay, the Hurricane Kick isn't going to do any good. It's just going to be the single punch. Alright. So Ryu's going to step in. Now he's going to do a single punch. So that's down to 5 health, is it? Oh, yep, 5 health. Okay. Over here. And he's just done one of those little light low kicks or low punches on the button mashing, and we can do a rescue. So we've got a move, a star, and a thingy. So there's no one to rescue. What we could do is we could just put a heroic down on here, just in the off chance that we get to clear this at some point. But we can deal a damage to a thug anywhere. So there's 2 thugs here. There's none there. I think we're probably better off dealing a damage to this thug over here, just to keep that from overflowing. Okay, and it does say deal a damage, yes, so we can put it on the location there. Alright. Alright though, Shuma. Shuma is going to do this. Who's coming up next? We want him to be near Cyclops and Iceman, I think. So he's going to move 1 this way. Of course he's going to move away. He's almost as far away from both of them as he can. Ugh. Oh no, this is not good. Alright, so first thing first, he does a crisis token to Wolverine. Then he does a crisis token to the first thug there. Oof. Then he does a crisis, that was because of the landing effect. Then he's going to do the same thing because of his BAM, so Wolverine's now copying 2 of these. And you know what Wolverine should have done? He should have dropped one of these cards last turn too. Although no, I didn't have any of these on me, did I? So he didn't need to do that. And then, what was the other thing? Oh yeah, he gets another one on the extra thug. Oh, this is looking a bit more dicey. Okay. What happens after that? Then he's putting tokens down. Now, if this token thing goes pear-shaped, this could be problematic. How many is he? So he's got 3 thugs and a civilian. Where is he placing them? He's got, so they're going like this. So he's got 1 civilian here, 1 thug over here, and then 1 sorry, 2 thugs here. Ooh, we just one away from overflowing. That could have been problematic. Okay. Alright, we'll put that there. Okay. Ooh, Shuma is not mucking about anymore. We've enraged him. Okay, so... Oh, and Wolverine doesn't get a turn for a while, so I'm not going to be able to do the healing, you know, to get rid of, you know, the spending cards to get rid of stuff. So I've got to hope that he doesn't take another crisis token, otherwise he's retired, like old man Logan. Okay. I need movement to get there. I've got only a punch here, so what does Cyclops have? Although Cyclops does have his Optic Blast. But then he's not giving a movement to Iceman either. Let's draw a card for Cyclops. Double stars. What are you doing to me here? Alright, so we could do one little pew pew with the Optic Blast, so we could move here. No, we couldn't do that with Optic Blast because he can't even move with that, so that is not the play. That is not the play. So I mean, we could use it just to clear thugs, I guess. Otherwise we could play this movement to potentially give Iceman enough movement. What has he got? The rest of his cards don't do any damage though. Yeah, he's not doing great either. But if we did this, in the off chance that Iceman does get some sort of a punch card, surely he's got some punches coming up because he's only got one card out that's got a punch on it, I think. But if we play this, we can give, say, Iceman another token from the pool. And we could just move and say punch one of these guys. We could, we could even move here, for example, punch this guy and then get to draw a training card, or even heal up. That might be not bad. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. So we'll step in, we'll play this, give Iceman a heroic. Okay, are we going to give it to Iceman? Yeah, why not? Give it to Iceman. Then draw cards until you have 3 in hand, or gain a training card. I think I want to look. It's probably the better move to heal Cyclops here at the moment, but I think I'd like to draw a training card just to get the most out of this training room. I'm really stoked that we've got to use it a couple of times already. So let's do that. And I was supposed to, before finishing the turn, I was supposed to punch this guy here, so we'll do that. So move and punch, we're given Iceman a token that says, if at the end of your turn you are in the same location as a villain, you may move them to an adjacent location. Oh, alright, interesting, since we're hunting him down. And then Iceman gets a turn, so Iceman might want to think about dropping a card to get rid of that token there. Yeah, maybe let's get rid of this single move. Let's just do that now. Make ourselves a bit healthier. And then Iceman, have you got enough? He's got to draw a card though. So let's draw one. Here we go. He's got a move and a punch. So that's going to help him and the next hero too, hopefully. So let's not think too hard about this. He needs to move twice and do a punch. So he's going to move once, twice, and he's going to do 1 punch plus the wild for 2 more damage. And Shuma now has 3 health left. Alright, just got to do 3 damage. Okay. Alright, well let's see what... Anything else there? No landing thingies? We have put a couple of vulnerable heroes here though. He's going to do what? He's going to move, I think. What's he doing? Some sort of move. And a bam, maybe? Ooh, uh-oh. This could be not great. We're moving. Yeah, we're moving in that direction. We're bamming. Oh no, so here we go. We're going to put 1 token down here. There is no other civilian there, or thug, to get another token. Otherwise we would be putting another one out, because we put one token down for this, one token for the BAM. But this is where we're in trouble. We've got one civilian popping up here, two civilians popping up here, and the trouble is we've got one thug going here, and unfortunately the thug can't arrive. So overflow, if a thingy cannot be added, add a crisis token. Sorry, if a token can't be added, give the next thug or civilian a crisis token. So we've got one, two, a third one gets one. Oof. Then remove all the tokens. Away they go. 1, 2, 3, 4. But there are 3 crisis tokens there. So that increases the track by 3. 1, 2, 3. Oof. Okay. Now, this is where it's going to hurt though. Because, yeah, we've done that. And then give the heroes in the closest location, which I'm guessing is that location, a crisis token each, which for Iceman, well, not too bad. But for Logan, that is enough to do him in. So he's been retired, and he was our punching machine. Look, we had punches for days with him. We just needed to get him into the location with. And he was right there too. Look, he had enough. He would have. That would have been it. He could have done it that turn. But I think we're still looking good. But we didn't get away with completely no damage there. So Shuma has taken down one of the heroes. Now, this is interesting though. So we put that there. So he would have got a third one. Is that right? Yeah, he gets a third one. I think that's right. And then when it says each hero can have three crisis tokens. If you would have more than 3, they retreat. But again, it's supposed to be the other way around, sort of thing. Leaving the fight, and a new hero takes their place. Okay, and it says any KO'd hero increases the tracker by their number of crisis tokens. Now, I'm not sure if retiring and KOing is the same effect, but let's just say it is. So in that case, we get... we've had 3 on Wolverine, so that goes up by 3 again. So 1, 2, 3, and now, we're on to the second line now, and because he's KO'd us essentially, then I believe he gets to trigger his BAM effect again, because there's nothing here about like playing an extra card face down. So in that case, the BAM would place another one of these down at this point, because these guys are now out, I believe. So that's another one of those there. Oof, okay. Things are escalating, but it is going to be the character after Iceman's turn. We just have to choose. So, and we're so close. We've got a movement and a punch here, so we just need to, if we're going to appear here, we can move in. We can do at least one punch, so we should be pretty close to taking him down. And then after that, we've got Ryu. The problem with Ryu is he's a bit far away, so we sort of want to maybe hope we get a character with a bit of movement. So who have we got here? Wolverine, Rogue, we've got Gambit, we've got Storm. Who do we want to put in? Taking down Shuma Gorrath here. I think, considering she's got, considering she's painted, well, why don't we send Rogue in? Okay, alright, so, or do we want to put Magneto? Magneto's pretty cool because he was a pretty cool character in the game. Magneto is pretty cool. And Magneto might be interesting because he doesn't give a lot of help to the other heroes too. I think let's do, if we're playing Marvel vs Capcom, I think he's too classic a character. I think we've got to use him. Sorry, Rogue. Alright, so there we go. Does he have any starting hand cards? I don't think he does. Alright, so let's just shuffle him up and see what he does. Let's place him here. He replaces Wolverine. Alright, he comes down to help out. He's been known to help the X-Men in times of strife, even though he's usually fighting against them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so we've got a move and a punch. We've got a move and a punch. These are all pretty helpful, aren't they? Well, I thought most of the anti-heroes didn't help out. We've got a star, we've got a punch. We've also got this prodigal, I think. Prodigal intelligence. I don't have it because I can't read the words. This turn, you can treat all symbols as wilds. Doesn't really help in this situation, so... Although... Oof. No, you know what? Because we just need to give a movement. So, I was going to say we could place the wild down just to give the next character, Ryu, a movement, but we'd rather give him a movement and a punch, so let's do that. So 2 movement and 2 punch. Alright, so Magneto's going to move in, and 2 punches, so let's do 1, 2. That's got us down to 1 health for Shuma. So this would be good if Ryu can do it. Yes, it's Ryu's turn. Okay, if Ryu... can we please do this? Oh my goodness, we could do a hurricane kick. Could we? Oh, this could be good. This could be good, guys. We've got a single wild. Look, he's gonna meditate before seeing if he can do this move. I don't know if we can. I haven't really worked it out, but oh no, I don't think he can because he's got to do a punch, and there's no one to punch. Because if he could do the punch, he'd give himself extra movement. No, he's not going to be able to get there. Oh, Ryu. Ryu, no. Okay. Because, yeah, all he can do, he's got this, he could, oh, hold on, yes he does. What am I talking about? He just needed the extra movement, didn't he? Oh, okay. Because he's got the punch already from Magneto, so he just needs to be able to move twice and get there, so... well, let's do that. Okay, well, in that case, let's play the hurricane kick. Okay, just to finish him off with the hurricane kick, even though it's not technically the hurricane kick that's doing him in, but he's gonna. Yeah, I never know how to pronounce the hurricane kick, but he kind of goes. So he flies around like this. That was the worst impression of the hurricane kick, by the way. But he's doing 2 movement, 1, 2, and comes in with this flying, spinning kick. Bam! Right in the eyeball of Shuma Gorrath. And knocks him into another dimension with the single punch. So we've got movement, movement, and a single punch, and that will do us. But he was certainly ramping up, wasn't he? So because if he'd sort of gone again, what other things could he have done to us? He was going to move 4 this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So okay, we would have got a bit lucky there, but. We've overflowed? No. Okay, we did a pretty good job of clearing around here, so he wouldn't have overflowed. So I think we're okay there. What else did he have up his sleeve, just so you can see? Otherworldly rubber skin. Well, let's have a look at that one. It sounds annoying. It sounds like something that would have prevented damage to him. Until the next card is revealed. Oh, he ignores the damage per hero turn, so that's for the next 2 heroes. Ugh. He would have had another one of those He Who Sleeps cards. Yes, okay. Oof, okay. Nasty, nasty. But we got there, Ryu, and I like Ryu did his spinning hurricane kick there and was able to take out the boss, so that was pretty cool, Well, I quite enjoyed that, that was pretty good. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing Norrlyth stuff. I know we've been showing off a lot of Nelly and Helios's designs recently. and Dave's designs are looking really good too. But there's just so many designers out there, especially in that Marvel United Discord, that are showing off and collaborating and working on all their stuff. That yeah, definitely, I can't recommend highly enough just going and checking it out. Even if you're, prefer your, tried and tested, CMON product version of the game, because it's such a great system that they've come up with, and they've got so many good designs amongst all these promo heroes and villains and that sort of stuff as well. But these guys doing the homebrew stuff are certainly sort of keeping the caliber of work up, and it's just a lot of fun to play, and it's so fun just to, for years I've been a One Piece fan and really wanted a decent One Piece board game, and there just isn't any that I'm aware of. But now I've got pretty much, I guess at this stage, my favourite game system, and now I have a One Piece board game that is my favourite board game, which is Marvel United. Just this United system, being able to have My Hero Academia, another one of my favourite shows. Being able to play a My Hero Academia game that's a good quality, fun game, because we're essentially playing Marvel United, is just so much fun, so exciting. So, Norrlyth has really, done a great job with, like I was saying, I think Warcraft. I think there might be Naruto or some of those anime heroes, and this Marvel vs Capcom. I'm a big fan of the Street Fighter here, so I really hope to see a lot more, if he's up to it, or up for it, more of these Street Fighter heroes in that system. He's got some other heroes like Amaterasu. I never know how to pronounce that name. Sorry, I should have read it beforehand. But the big sort of fox character or something, a wolf character or something. But lots of really cool designs. I think Ryu was quite fun. We didn't really get to see, unfortunately, only bummer is in this playthrough we didn't really get to see the Hadouken. So this would have done punches in adjacent locations. We didn't get to see the Shoryuken, which is the triple punch in a single location. So Ryu is a nice sort of simple design. He's not too complicated. Nothing really. Probably the most complicated one is the hurricane kick there, trying to sort of tee that one up there. But yeah, a lot of fun, and if you can find the chibi for him as well, that's something I haven't done yet, but that'd be quite cool. I think Big Head chibis on Etsy do some Street Fighter ones, so I might look into that. But it's a perfect sort of theme, because you've got half of the X-Men that were in that game anyway, so you've got a big pool of characters to play with there as well. And mix and match them. And Shuma Gorrath, a lot of fun. That was quite good. It seemed like we were going. It was getting like pretty smooth sailing there. We were like cruising along. I think we had him vulnerable maybe, and we were still only at this maybe 4 or 5 or something like that on his villainous plot track. But he raced up there, and I think if we'd got a little bit less lucky, and I think the other thing too, we had some good luck. We had like characters like Iceman that did a lot of negating, and Wolverine. We ended up getting, I think it was Cyclops, or one of them had one turn where they got lucky, and they would have been KO'd had he he did land on them, but then it just didn't happen to do the BAM, so we were lucky there, sort of thing as well. So I think we got quite lucky with that, and of course using the training cards, this does make it easier. Plus we were using the double wilds and the wilds as well, so we're essentially using easy mode, plus we were making it even easier with the training mission there. So if you were watching this thinking, oh man, this Shuma Gorrath, they're not, he doesn't seem to be putting the villain, the heroes under too much pressure, I think we did have a bit of an easy setup here in that case sort of thing. I think he's actually quite quite competitive there as well. So yeah, a lot of fun. That was really, really good. And so yeah, looking forward to seeing, like I said, what Norrlyth has got up his sleeve down the track. But the other thing too, I'm really excited. Been trying to catch up with printing out all the prolific stuff that Nelly and Helios are putting out with the One Piece range, especially. I think they've done Bakugo. I haven't tried out yet. I don't think I've tried him out. Now I'm sort of second guessing myself if I've featured him in a game. But he's put out a few new heroes like Kamui Woods and things for My Hero Academia. But both of them have been really churning out the One Piece characters, which is a show that I love, and they've inspired me so much. I woke up at like 2 in the morning last week, and with this idea just for one of the villains from that show that I really like, by the name of Arlong from one of the earlier arcs there. He's a sort of big nemesis for Nami, and in that show, and I just had to sort of get the ideas down. That the next day, sort of when I had a bit of a free chance, jotting down the ideas, and I shared them with the guys, and they very kindly, Helios, put the whole thing together for me really quickly. Fantastic art, and really nice layout and everything. So we have a really professional looking Arlong the Saw villain now for use in the One Piece Marvel United. So I'm stoked. So yeah, really big thanks to Helios and the guys there for helping us out. Bring my idea to the table as well. So that's another hero you guys can try out. And Lukey19 has really come to the table for me as well. He's just about finished off, or he has finished off the latest version and the real professional looking version of Cameron Hodge as well. So we've got the new art from Rick Nichols in there, looking really good. I've updated the design, put a bit more of a thematic story element to it, where there's some sort of twists and turns in the battle as well for Cameron Hodge. And Nico Moose, who's done a lot of the art for the TMNT, the recent stuff that's been added to the TMNT Homebrew set as well. He's offered to do some art for Cameron Hodge, just to do the henchman as well. So we're just waiting. That's the last little thing we're waiting on, is just getting that updated art there. Although it's the current design, I think that's up on Tabletop Simulator, is perfectly usable. But this one is, it's like the latest version of Cameron Hodge, so looking forward to getting that out there as well. So lots of stuff to play. I'm really looking forward to getting into some more of these One Piece battles and that sort of thing as well. And for Len, if you're out there, I know you want to see some more unmatched battles too. So that's on my, I've got that on my in the back of my mind too. So I definitely want to sort of see if I can squeeze some of those in as well. So yeah, just lots of fun happening in the Marvel United space, where I think it's getting close to sort of getting a lot more reveals and information about the Spider-Geddon box, and yeah, so can't wait for the actual Marvel United multiverse stuff to arrive as well. But yeah, just having so much fun with the game system as a whole, and it's just a lot of fun. So thank you to all the home brewers and just the fans out there, who are just such a great community to be a part of. And just I hope you guys are having a blast as well, and I hope that these videos are just if you can stomach watching these long rambling videos, I hope these go a little bit towards sort of helping you enjoy the hobby just that little bit more too as well. So that's my hope, at least, anyway. So yeah, anyway, well, thank you very much, guys. Lots of stuff to come, and I'll see you on the next video. Meeple Monkey out.